So yesterday evening when I was riding, I noticed that there was some problem with my right foot. It felt just kind of loose. So I took my shoes off after the ride, and I turned them over and inspected them. Noticed I was missing 2 screws out of one of them, and these things are just hammered, these cleats. So I had to buy a new pair of cleats, but I can't get a screwdriver in the screw there because I've worn down the head of the screw. So my only option is to drill it out. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I thought I was gonna have to drill this out, but it turns out I was able to just jam this in here, and I was able to unscrew this. So this thing's pretty hammered. But at least I got it off without drilling it. I was looking at this SpeedPlay thing, and it says replace these every 5,000 miles. So if you ride a lot, you're talking, let's say you put in 15,000 miles a year, you're doing this 3 times a year per their recommendation. Now I can imagine you get about 10,000, so you might get 1 season out of these cleats. If you're an average rider, or like me, I mean, I should be able to get a couple of seasons, but you know, I mean, I don't know. It's just, they're worn out. Good. This one is good. Yeah, baby. Awesome. No drill. Sweetness. Came with an insert, but let's see. There's that. Okay, so I took the old one off, and I'm trying to match this cleat piece up. This is like the insert. So this cleat piece says 3R and 3F. So I'm going to find in the package there should be one that says 3R and 3F. This one says 4R, 4R, 4F, 4F, Ultra Shim. So of all things, it doesn't look like I have the right insert in the package. I wonder what up with that. So what I did is I'm looking at this insert here. It comes with the 1F, and it looks very much like the insert that comes on it is the stock size that I had on there. But this one said it was 3F and 3R. This one says 1F, 1R, but they're virtually the same size insert. So when I place it on my shoe, place it where I had it before, it doesn't look like it rocks. It looks like it fits rock solid. So the stock, and these are aftermarket, I do believe. Oh no, these are the actual zeros. 0 to 15 degree float, which is what this is, right? Yeah. So it looks like the stock 1Fs are going to fit just fine. It doesn't rock, and everything is rock solid. So we're going to put these on. So the kit has this bag of nuts and bolts here. These flat screws right here, these are designed to hold this cleat plate in place. These flat black screws. So we're going to open up this little center pouch here. Ooze out a bolt, or I mean a screw. So I just tighten it on real loose. You know, I'm just leaving it on so I can still adjust this thing. I'm going to put 3 on here. Okay, so here's your cleat plate. So I had to take a little bit of plastic flashing off of the center of each one of these bolts. You know, or these holes for the screws. I had to actually clear some of the flashing off with a knife. I like to do alternating corners, so you do this you do this corner, then this corner, or this corner, then this corner. It's kind of like a zigzag pattern. It's like you'd put on a pair of heads. You can feel it actually start to grab right there. Yeah, it feels like it's ratcheting or something. We'll do 1/4 turn. Okay, so I got the other shoe on here, giving it the final 1/4 turn twist. Make sure everything's good. And I noticed that, you have these here. These are the longer bolts, so it's possible your shoe uses a longer screw to hold on that bottom plate. So just make sure you know which ones you got. Anyways, this one's on. This one's on. I'm like ready to rock and roll again. So all I need to do is put them on the bike and see if they work. Hopefully they'll work. What I did is I click in and out a bunch of times, and then I take the shoes off and I make sure I look at all the cleats and the plate and make sure they didn't move. Make sure that everything's snug and tight still. Oh yeah, one last thing. You want to lube these with some dry lube, something like a White Lightning. This stuff, I use it. I spray it on every ride onto the cleat, and that's what they recommended. They recommend a Teflon lube. So they just said PTFE, Teflon PTFE type dry lube. So I use White Lightning, and that's the little sticker that came with it. And